Okay, let's get back to it. It's strength. It was on page 40, I remember. And here it is. Strength. Rising to a challenge, you honor yourself while still remembering your strength, release fears of uncertainty. The keep sacred practice. Honor boundaries today and give yourself time to reflect on your thoughts. What values or traits can you start? Do you think that you can call on in times of need? I have often been told I'm a strong person. I'm sure many of you also hear that a lot. I never knew what it meant. In my mind, whatever I was going through, it may have been hard. It may have been really hard. It may have been nothing off the skin of my teeth. It was just something I was going through. What could I do about it? What did other people do? And I think when they mean you're strong is maybe you do not fall into practices that perhaps are self-defeating or self-harming, self-medicating. I think we all do that to an extent. There is something about the physical that we like to be able to manipulate, whether that be through alcohol or drugs or sex or laughter or addiction of some sort, addiction to a person, addiction to a thing, addiction to an action. We get very pulled up in that. We're like, yeah, okay, hey, this is happening for me. I feel better when I do this, self medicating. The decision that I made last night was that I would not, I was taking my energy back from my person. I have given a lot of energy to this person, almost 15 years of energy. And it's really hard for me to say that. It's been that long. I was single for so long and then I met him. And let me tell you, oh my God, the world opened up. I glow. I know the glow. I know the feeling, that dopamine. And it very much is about who that person makes you feel you are, but it's also how you're feeling about them. And it is something special from that person, that love that they give you feels so fulfilling, and you are the best and you are the most beautiful to that person, and it's felt and radiated, and I love it. And I loved it. It was the first time. And I'd been in love. Oh shit. I'm like the rest of the women. How many times have you been in love? That's what I want to know. How many times? Lord have mercy. Over this 14 years of coupledom, and it wasn't, we did have a split before. We've not been together the last 6 months. Well, since August, May, May, June, July, August. I was going to lose 3 months. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and now December. So 8 months. 8 months. It is really a difficult thing for me to comprehend those. It's been 8 months that I've been separated. And that's almost as long as we were separated initially. We were together for a couple of years. It was a long distance relationship. We met online. I never had a problem with meeting people online. I don't understand what the people is, what the problem is with meeting somebody online. It's just like meeting somewhere, anybody, anywhere else. You met them in a bar. You met them at a class. You met them at the club. You met them at the movie theater. You met them through a friend. Whatever. You met them. You didn't know them before. Somehow you met them. Okay, you met them online. It is simply a faster way for us to connect with our people. And remember, when we're connecting with our people, sometimes those people aren't the best for us. We've chosen them. We've decided we're going to go through some kind of something. And those people are there too. We get very mad when we cannot control the people that are around us. We seek out. So we sought out. I did not seek out. I'm going to say that that was indeed a Yes, I know that's a soul connection. I knew it when what I did. I signed up for the site, and I was not signing up to meet anybody. I was signing up for another reason. I didn't realize that it also had a social media, social chat feature that was very strong. I didn't realize it, and I started all of a sudden getting all these chats, and I was like, "Hello, I'm busy. Leave me alone." It's very much in my energy. This is my sexual energy, my forward energy. So I was like, get out of here. And I would say that my natural energy is not necessarily that way. People find me strong, as I said, intimidating. I think that's a mix of my personality. I am kind of forward and out there. I say what I think, and I'm not generally afraid to speak. Sometimes I am. I understand that that can be intimidating. Mix that with the whole Black woman trope that we're intimidating, that people are scared of us, which I have had, particularly colleagues, coworkers. This is generally, it's not never in school. Nobody thought I was going to beat them up in school, or I was scary. They were like, well, Adele can get, excited. But she, so I, I think like a lot of women, we've experienced the Black tax at work as a Black woman. I have heard it multiple times over my career that people are scared of me. I'm intimidating. They're not sure because I show my displeasure, or I'm upfront. I have no poker face. I know there are a lot of people say in business you have to have the poker face. I don't have a poker face. You don't have to agree with you. If you're my client and you tell me what you want to do, I will tell you what my opinion is. I will tell you what I think is the right thing to do. If you're my friend, same thing. If you invite me, I will ask, would you like to hear something, some feedback? With the best friends we know, it's like, girl, you don't need to be doing that. And they do that to me too. What I think in the work, and okay, I'm just going to talk. What I think that means in the work sphere is that trope that Black women are scary, that we're going to hurt someone. I have my best friend. I have three best friends, two women and a man. And he's a Buddhist priest. And I've known him since the first day of the seventh grade. Second, I met before. I've known her since the sixth grade. We lived 2 blocks from each other. And my last friend, who is I've known for over almost 25 years now. It's hard to believe that we've known each other that long as well. They're all like they're my siblings. They're my family. Very long, very strong connections. And they tell, we can talk. They'll say, no, that's not. Or, honey, I know, whatever it is, they have free reign. And anyone who knows me well knows they have free reign to tell me. I may not like it, but that's my thing. Don't take my thing on you. I don't like it. It could be good for me or bad for me. I don't know. But if I don't like it, I don't like it. That doesn't mean you don't need to like it. That means that your opinion can mean a lot. Your opinion can sway. I believe that I was swayed not by any one of those three. I have a lot of family, a lot of friend family. Where was I going with this? Shit, the fog is real. Strength and the choosing. So last night I chose to take back my energy from my person. I've been fighting to keep my person. When we split, I asked him to leave because I was not comfortable with his drinking. And it's been a problem really from the beginning. When I met him, it's not, I'm a drinker, but I'm not an alcoholic and I'm not a functional alcoholic, but I drink. I can pull back. I'm not an addictive personality, and that's the only reason I think I can pull in and out of things. He's an addictive personality. And for years, he would be gone for hours. And when he come back, he's drunk. I was the child of an alcoholic, but he wasn't a functional alcoholic. Really, all he did was drink. So that formed a lot of my thoughts. And clearly, my person was an incarnation of my father. Also, a man who works with his hands, very talented, very intelligent, very smart, incredible men. Great. When I think I'm looking back on, thinking back, and what can you do but reflect? Thinking back on all the time, now I see where there were a lot of parallels. I knew it intellectually. They're both alcoholics. And why I would select this person, even though I fought very hard, particularly in my youth, in my first marriage, against alcoholism, against alcohol. I did not drink. Both my first husband and I, his father was an alcoholic, but my first husband was not an alcoholic. And we were both, that's maybe what aligned us, is we both had alcoholic parents, and we were very, very damaged from it. The broken promises, the lies. I'll be there. I like to say I had the kind of father that would go out for a quart of milk, come back 5 days later, and forget the milk. That is literally what my memories of childhood are, and being left and being the last one, and having my father show up to parent teacher conferences inebriated. And most teachers, I think, saw my intelligence. Most did. A few, and there's just a couple, both ironically in the sixth grade, that were, should not, these two women should not have been teachers. And I remember my father showed up to the first teacher, and that was in Westchester. It was very white then. It's not white. I mean, the neighborhood's white, but it's a whole nother story on LAUSD, and maybe one day I'll get to it, but not today. He showed up, alcoholic, and instead of having empathy for me, or and maybe understanding some of my defiant or confrontational, or my strength, really, I stand up, and maybe that was because of my childhood. She had no sympathy or empathy for me. She thought that I was stupid when I was probably smarter than everybody in that fucking class. But hey, that's another story. My father and my person. My father's been on my mind a lot lately. He's talking to me. My mother always talks to me, so that's nothing new. My dad, though, he's not always there. He has been very much with me lately, and maybe that's because I'm going through this with my person. Or my ex-person. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I know that I have let go. May still be my person, though. Anyways, I was going back to how we met. We met. It was immediate. Actually, so let me set it up for you. Okay. Suppose you're chatting, somebody slides into your DMs, and they're not where you live, and they really aren't the kind of, like, you don't go, damn, I need to hit that. Right? No, this is not it. It was just kind of like, okay. I said yes after saying no about 4 times. It went from like, hey, let's chat. No. Hey, let's get a coffee. No. To let's get a drink. No. To finally dinner. And at dinner, I said I had nothing else better to do. So what the hell? That's literally what I said. I remembered it at the time. I said yes. However, sometimes when you go into a situation and it's going to be life changing, it. There's you. I've always had that. I can always tell. I knew after chatting with him, I was like, okay. But I knew I said yes for a reason, right? Because it was not normally, why would I say yes? I wasn't there. Anyway, so he caught me. And we're talking. And I honestly don't remember anything we talked about. It was probably really stupid and very kind of, basic. And we fell asleep or whatever. Great. It was a Friday night. Like, today is a Friday. So we're going to have dinner that Saturday. We're going to have dinner in Manhattan Beach. Because he wasn't in my area. He traveled for work. So I met him when he spent a lot of time in Southern California. And that's how we met. So he was in Southern California, even though on his profile, obviously. And that's why I was like, what do I want to date you for? Why do I even want to talk to you? You're not in my state. Get the fuck out. We the next night I'm like, okay, and just this I don't know why, I had this feeling. Wow, I'm really looking forward to this. So I, started, like those times when you're like, I don't really care, and you're like, don't put on any makeup. This time I was like, let me put on my makeup, let me do my thing. So I did. Called him up to confirm, and I got this voicemail, message, and it was like, it's Craig, leave a message, and I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't sound like him. His name wasn't Craig. I'm like, what the fuck? And in my mind, this is fucked up. Oh my God, this guy is a scam. This is bullshit. This danger, 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 danger. Or no, not danger, but maybe danger, but I really don't want it to be danger. That all went my head. So I call up and I'm like, I don't know who this is, but I'm supposed to have a dinner with my person, AIM. Um, I don't know who this is, but if this is my person, you better call and explain yourself because it's off. Click. Well, okay, it's cell phone, so no click, but you get what I'm saying. Calls me right back. Says, "Oh, that's me." And I'm like, "What the? Oh, that was a joke. My God, no, it's this thing. Have you ever seen Friday?" And I'm like, "No." Well, yeah, but I don't remember shit from it. It's Craig, and I'm like, whatever. So this is your phone. This is your voicemail. This is you. This is not a third person. This is not an alter ego. This is not a Nigerian prince or shit, right? Okay, great. So he's like, I don't know what to do. I go, I don't know what you're gonna do either, but my ass ain't going nowhere till I know who you are for real. So I don't know how to do that. And, well, guess we're gonna have to break. And I'm in my head as I'm saying the words. I'm going, no, please. I know this is really important, and I don't know why I'm doing it. He says, well, what if I send you my driver's license? And I said, okay. I don't know what that's gonna tell me. It's just that could be anybody's. I said, that could be anybody's driver's license that you're sending me right now. You're right. How about this? If it's not me when we meet and you see me, don't say anything, turn around and leave. If that picture there doesn't match who you see in real life. Okay, that's fair. Plus, it's Manhattan Beach, and even though, okay, you white, I'm black, but still, I'd be like, excuse me, that person's bothering me, and then Manhattan Beach, that get taken care of. But anyway, so I thought, okay, fine. Drive out, get there, get out, and he's in the parking lot. I cannot tell you the feeling. Yes, I can. Familiarity. Familiarity. I knew him just like I knew my first husband. I knew him too. I gave him like a reading, even another story. I got lots of them. It was like I knew him. So got out, we hugged, and he took my hand. And it was at that time he claimed me. I felt it immediately. I was his. No ands, if or buts. This was 2011, y'all's. 2011. I was his. We walked in, and I never, no, and ever since then, it's all been feeling. We stayed together that night, been together ever since, for the most part, in each other's hearts. He's been with other people. I have not been with anyone else since he claimed me. I've not had the desire, not even the inkling. It's like no one was for me. Met my mom. My mom was like, finally, you brought home a good one. My son, I said, are you, my mom goes, are you bothering her person? Are you talking his ear off? And he says, yes. He asked to call him dad. So in his world, his biological father is his first name or his father. And my person is his dad. We were together, insanely happy, long distance relationship, very expensive, very, very, very. After in 2000, early 2013, so quite almost 2 years, he dropped out. He ghosted. He just stopped communicating. I had gone through one of my tooth implants. Another one now. See that one? See, got fired before I could get my crown. See, I got the implant. I got the crown. So yeah, it really bothers me because I like to smile and I like to show my teeth. He ghosted me. Short story. He was married. We were we were involved in that was the first clue when I was like, leave me alone. You must be married or something. That was literally, I called it. By the time I really found out, I was already in love with the guy. And he in love with me. During that time of our separation, and it was the hardest 9 months of my life, I was miserable. I was playing the sad music. At first, I was calling, and he wasn't answering. He's very good at this, very good at the dropping out. Kind of like my dad. I think I said that. We I went on a texting storm, which my best friend reminded me of recently because I did that last a couple weeks ago, and it's so embarrassing. She's like, "That's what happened last time." But what happens from that is he responded, and he told me, "I'm out," and I was like, "Okay," and I was heartbroken, but I accepted it because I believe in love. I believe in people. I believe you let someone go, you want them to be happy. You want them to be who they can be because you feel that if they're better, you're better. So I was living in my unhappiness. He got in touch with me a couple times, like my birthday. It was a big deal for me. That killed me. I was just, whoa. And then I found out he was seeing someone else, and that killed me. It was a longing. It was that longing that you see in movies or people write about. Somehow, by the fall, we were tangentially chatting, tangentially, with the open acknowledgement that he said, I love you, but we can't be together now. We're in the future. Okay. What I found out is he left his wife during that time period and he initiated a divorce. Moved in back with his parents that he had cut ties with, which I never understood, and found himself. And I know that I was a big part of that. And I that was giving to him and giving to, it wasn't a problem to give because I reaped the joy. We ended up, went on a cruise, as I do, with the best friend and the son. We're in New York, back. And I don't remember how we started chatting again, but it became an open, we were, whatever, it had cracked. I flew out the next week to go see him at a job site in Colorado. And that was it. Once he was done with the other one, he asked me to marry him. in February. So that was early December. By February, he proposed. I said, yes, of course. I never was so sure of something in my life with this person who's flawed, who drank a lot, who has this need to be around people, to be accepted, something I don't need. So I get bored. I'm like, not hanging around. And then there were some cultural differences. When you were with someone from the Midwest, bar culture is real. It's a totally different bar culture from Southern California. We have the outside, so we're like, hey, let's have a drink on the balcony. We don't necessarily need to go to a bar. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the park. In colder areas, they got the bars. But his drinking. So there were many times when he would go out and he would come back and he's smashed. He's driving, which absolutely frightened the fuck out of me. Like my father, driving when drinking. Yeah. Never had an accident, never hurt anybody. My dad definitely got, he got arrested a few times, which my person did as well in 2017 after we'd moved to the Midwest. I was aware. When you love someone who is in that much pain, I had boundaries. I asked, I begged. There were promises made, never kept. I'll stop. I can stop anytime. There's not a real problem. Where over the years, that became a problem. And so much time at the bar to the point where I'm like, fuck, go spend time with your friends. That's what he's doing now. It's actually working at a bar. My husband is a bar person, bar rack, bar stop, whatever. The person who does the bar rack, whatever. So much more than that. He feels like he's being punished, that I've punished him by banishing him. I sent him away to find out if we could live without each other. I sent him away to find myself. I sent him away so I could create this business. I sent him away because I feel a big change in the universe. I sent him away because I need him to be fully him. And he met someone, but he met someone like within a couple months. That really hurts when I found that. I knew, shut up, Adele. I dreamt it. And I asked him because I knew that could happen. I actually thought I might be the first. But best friend reminds me that I don't have that energy and that I was never going to be with anyone until the divorce, until we're completely done. That might be true. That has killed me. I knew it. I asked. No confirmation, but I knew no confirmation meant yes. I got confirmation right before Thanksgiving. Actually, right after Thanksgiving. Right after Thanksgiving. The week after. Yeah. I did another whole text thing. And that got his answer. That got his response. After a lot of rigmarole, we were able to speak. And it was almost an exact copy of the conversation we had that fall back in 2013, 11 years ago. The conversation that we love each other desperately, and we know that. We've both got work to do. And are we willing to do it? Are we willing to be the persons that we're meant to be, that we're striving to be? I know he knows he's his best version of him when he's with me. I feel that I'm my best version when I'm me. It's a difference. So there could be this, and I want to talk a little bit about influence. When we moved back to California, I made the decision, and I wanted to move back because I wanted to go where love was for me. I kind of said, I'm going, you coming? And he said, yeah, I'm coming with you. And I kind of knew he shouldn't come with me. He wasn't strong enough. When I get back to that strength thing, wasn't strong enough. He was definitely going to have issues, and he did, because I don't think he wanted to come. Not really. Looking back, that hesitancy probably brought those karmic things in our play, that because he did not get a break. He got shingles, a really, really bad case of it, because he didn't trust me. He didn't get a shingle shot. Mama got her shingle shot. I've had shingles. You don't want that shit. Then he had issues with his license because of the DUI. California is very different. California, trailblazers. Couldn't drive. So that meant no job. But he was pretty okay with no job. He was in a rut. So we talked about that, and he admitted it. And he told me something that really, he's right. It resonated with me. I understand. He told me that he was very confused by me, because I would say, I'm going to divorce you, or I'm going to leave you, or you need to leave. And then he'd say, I'd go, let's have sex. No, it was not exactly how it worked out, but I understand. They weren't exactly right after another, maybe a couple days in between, maybe a week. But yeah, there was a lot of threatening, because I did not know what to do. I was so unhappy. What I should have done is kicked him out. I did once, and he cried to come back, and I said yes, and he promised, and all those things. And every time I took him back, every fucking time, because I love him. I understand him. His energy is my energy. And it just feels fucking stupid.